Good morning. This is John Marling, President of Pulse Research. Thank you very much for taking the time to attend our Highland Lakes real estate webinar this morning. We appreciate very much you taking time out of your extremely busy schedule. A little bit about my background. I founded Pulse Research, 33 years ago, and we're one of the principal research providers for publications and other media across North America. And I'm also proud to say that since 1995, we've been developing real estate applications for realtors and publications like, Highland Lakes, the Highlander, excuse me. What we're going to cover today is some of the survey results in a recently completed survey that we did. And our mission and purpose in this survey was to ask the same questions that you would ask if you had a research firm. Then we'll go over some of the opportunities that I see in the research for each of you individually and talk about some potential solutions for you to get more listings and to get and reach more buyers. First, some good news from the research. Look at this, 11% of the households in your market plan to sell a property in the next 12 months. And that compares very favorable to the national average of 10% planning to sell real estate in the next 12 months. Taking a look at real estate purchasing plans, 11% of the households plan to buy real estate, some sort of real estate, from a personal residence to commercial property, to townhouses to land in the next 12 months. And that compares spot on with the national average of 11% planning to buy real estate. Looking at personal residence, 5% plan to sell a personal residence in the next 12 months, and also compares to the 5% who nationwide plan to sell a personal residence in the next 12 months. In terms of buying real estate, 4% of the households in your market plan to buy a personal residence next 12 months compared to 5% nationally. In addition to that, we asked some real estate purchasing questions. 10% plan to rent real estate in the next 12 months. So a very favorable opportunity for you. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to get together this morning. What my mission and purpose is to identify some insights and solutions from the research to help you get some additional listings and buyers, but also to overcome some of the realtor challenges that you face in today's world. I mean, one of the things that as I travel around the United States that realtors like you tell me is it's getting more and more difficult to establish your brand, your top of mind awareness. And the reason for that is the significant fragmentation of the internet. A realtor told me the other day, she says, my gosh, when I get a new listing, and I put that up, it goes on 182 sites. But she says, frankly, it doesn't do me any good personally in establishing my brand awareness that I'm the person to call, to list a home, to buy a home. Another challenge that I hear all the time is it's getting harder and harder to get listings. Why? Because of the competition, obviously, but also for new realtors to establish their presence, their brand. And, I had a real estate license once years ago, and it's all about getting the listings. In addition to that, one of the challenges is to effectively reach new new sellers and buyers that you might be currently missing because of the competition and the extreme fragmentation of the internet today. And we'll go over some of the details of that. First of all, I want to share with you some of the specifics, the details of the just completed Texas real estate survey. As I mentioned ago, Texas compares right on with the nation because we've also done this survey in all 50 states. As I mentioned a moment ago, we asked in this survey the questions you would ask if you did your own research. The audience of this survey is Texas newspaper readers and website visitors. The papers invited their audience with ads in the paper, links on their website, and social media posts to take the survey. Here's the great news. The survey was completed the end of February, just 63 days ago. So it's extremely fresh and compelling. And by the way, we got almost 400 completed surveys. How does that compare? 380 is the gold standard. Once you complete 380 surveys, the results will not change. You saw just a moment ago how the Texas real estate purchasing plans and sales plans compare right on with the national averages. My gosh, we could have done over 1,500 surveys in Texas, and the results would not change from what we have for you right now this morning. So let's take a look at the results of the survey. But the benefit, the purpose of the survey is to help you with targeting. A successful realtor today establishes a niche, a focal point, and all of their marketing specifically focuses on that niche. And as I go through the research results this morning, I'm more than happy to share with you some of my insights and what other realtors have done with this information. Okay, oops, a thrunk here. Okay, so taking a look at the first question we asked in the survey, what are your real estate selling plans in the next 12 months? So we asked everything from selling a personal residence, selling land, investment property, vacation property, condominiums, commercial or business property. And look at this, 11%, as I mentioned a moment ago, intend to sell real estate, some sort of property in the next 12 months. What does that mean for you locally? That's over 1,500 potential listings. How do we calculate that? The Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin reach together 13,668 net households. That means that if a person visits their website but also reads the paper, they're counted only once. So we took the 11% who, from the research, intend to sell real estate in the next 12 months times the 13,668 net households reached by the publications on their website. That's 1,504 potential listings. That will absolutely happen in the next 12 months. Taking a look at some further details of that, that's 684 potential listings for a personal residence, 274 potential listings for land, and 41 potential listings for a commercial property. I was over in Boerne, Texas, about 3-4 months ago, going over the results of the research there. And one of the ladies came up afterwards. She said, I'm going to focus on commercial properties because nobody else, in my opinion, is effectively doing that. And that's a nice opportunity, and the commissions are bigger. She called me up a bit later and she said, I got my first commercial property listing. Thank you. So as we go through the research this morning, ask yourself, where are the nuggets? Where are the sweet spots that I can get additional listings or buyers? Now let's take a look at the purchasing plans. So once again, we ask the same questions you would ask. We ask about purchasing a personal residence, investment property, land, senior homes, condominiums, vacation properties, etc. 11% of the audience reached by the Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin intend to purchase some type of real estate in the next 12 months. That's, again, 1,504 potential buyers for you. Taking the 11% who intend to purchase any type of real estate times the 13,668 net households reached by the Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin. Now let's take a look at some of the specifics. That's 547 potential buyers for personal residence and 41 buyers for commercial property. Isn't it interesting how the buyers and the sellers, the percentages line up here? Now we also asked, for your benefit, what type of personal residence do you plan to buy? We asked existing home less than 10 years old, an existing home more than 10 years old. We also asked about a new home outside of development, a new home in a master development. We also asked about a new home that they would have a contractor build. So out of the people who said, yes, we plan to buy a personal residence in the next 12 months, This is how it splits out in the type of personal residence they plan to buy. Okay, now let's take a look at real estate rental plans. And for some of you, you've got quite a focus on rental real estate. 10% plan to rent a property in the next 12 months. That's over 1,367 rental opportunities. That's everything from renting a new apartment, renting a condo, renting a subsidized housing. That's 861 households in your local area that are reached by the Highlander, the Burn It Bullet, and their websites who intend to rent a house in the next 12 months. Then we asked a really important question. Once again, I had a real estate license once. If you plan to buy or sell a property in the next 12 months, who would you contact? Look at that, 724. 724 think they've got the ability and expertise to sell it themselves. What they perceive is, well, I can put it up on the internet and sell it. What they don't understand is they need an expert like you to provide the knowledge about all of the financial requirements and the legal requirements today. We also asked about real estate loan plans. Look at that, 14% of the households plan to get some real estate loan in the next 12 months. That's almost 2,000 real estate loans. Okay, now talking about fragmentation, look at this. We asked about which of the following websites would you go to get information if you were to purchase real estate in the next 12 months? Where would you go to get information about local real estate, available? Look at that: Zillow, MLS, Trulia, Google, Craigslist, Home Finder, Zip Realty, etc. Extreme fragmentation. That means that there's over 1,098 buyers that are missed by Zillow, over 1,200 potential buyers that are missed by the MLS site. This is one of the most important facts, once again in the research. It goes back to the challenges that I hear all the time. It's harder and harder to establish a brand identity because of the fragmentation on the internet. This is probably one of the most compelling opportunity facts in the research. We asked them to name a firm to call if they were to sell real estate in the next 12 months. In other words, who would you call? If you're going to sell property in the next 12 months, who would you call? 32% of the household said they don't know who they would call. That's 481 potential listings that are up for grabs because they plan to list their home, they will list a property in the next 12 months, but they don't know who to call. When taking a look at who would they call to buy real estate, 34% don't know who they would call if they were to purchase real estate in the next 12 months. That's 511 potential buyers. Taking a look at what does that mean in terms of specific opportunity, those 481 listings that are up for grabs, they don't know who to call. That is $144 million in properties, taking the 481 times an average household sales value of $300,000 in your area and an average commission of 3%. That's $4.32 million. How did we get that? It's taking the 1,054 listings times the 32% who said they don't know who to call to sell their property in the next 12 months. Let's take a look at the opportunity for you in terms of getting new buyers. The 511 property buyers who don't know who to call, and that's 34% of the 1,504 who plan to purchase a property in the next 12 months. That's $153 million in property value, and at a 3% buyer commission, that's $4.59 million. Now let's talk a little bit about, I promised to go over some solutions for you to help you get additional listings, get additional buyers. In other words, targeted to those households that plan to list, plan to buy, but they don't know who to call. They could be calling you. We put together a very compelling program. It's unique in that it includes both digital components but also consistent print advertising to help you distinguish yourself from the other realtors in the area, to help you get a larger share of the available listings and buyer opportunities. Quick summary on what the program includes: it has a top agent website that Pulse Research spent many, many months developing so that it is of magazine quality. It's something that I've been told by many realtors is exactly what they've been looking for. Why? Because it prominently features you, the realtor. In addition to that, it gives you the opportunity to promote those brand new listings that you've got. In other words, the ability to present to the public the special new listings that you've got. In addition to the website, there's a weekly 2x4, 2 column by 4 inch full color ad that you can use to promote yourself, once again, to help you establish brand identity so that consistently and with high degree of repetition over and over, you're saying, call me. I'm the person. If you don't know who to list your home with, I'm the person to call if you don't know who to call to buy a home. In addition, there's up to a full page agent ad. In other words, the agents participating in the program will be in a full page ad once a week, along with a full page ad promoting those featured listings. Another very important feature of the program is classifieds. Classifieds have high readership and also get great results. So there's included a 5-line classified ad. And here's one of the components that most of the realtors around the country are most positive about, and we call it the spotlight. On the front page of the Highlander and Burnett Bulletin websites will be a rotating position with your photo right on the front page of the paper. Now let's take a quick look at an overview of each one of the components. Here's a screenshot of the Top Agent website. That'll be promoted consistently by the Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin, but also linked from the front page of their website. And we'll go live in just a second and show it to you. Then we also have an agent gallery where the top agents are promoted both with a map identifying locale where they're focused, but also photos of the agents. And here's once again a summary of the print ads each week. 2x4 agent ad, an agent gallery ad, a featured listing ad, and classified liners. Here's the example of the 2x4, 2 column by 4 inch full color ad that you can use to promote yourself or use it any way you want. And though, by the way, those 2x4 ads run in both papers, the Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin, each week. In addition to that, here's an example of the up to a full page agent aggregate ad to promote you, the top agents, who to call, to list a home, to buy a home. And each week, one of you will be featured in the top position there, right in the center. Here's an example of the full page. It's up to a full page, depending on how many featured listings there are, that'll run each week. And each of you will have the opportunity on the website, but also in this ad in the paper to promote your featured listings. Here's an example of how you could use the 5-line classified ad that runs in each of the papers each week. So now let's take a look at the site. We put together a little demo site for you, and it's at Highlander News, topagent.highlandernews.com or topagents.burnettbulletin.com. Okay, so here's the link right here. So we'll just click on it and we'll go live to the site. So prominently displayed is one of the featured top agents. In addition to that are the featured listings, and you will have the opportunity to post at your convenience one of your listings. If you get a brand new listing today, you can very, very quickly put it up on the site. In addition to that, you'll notice here that there is a link to your profile. And the benefit there is that you can publish testimonials. You've got a space here to put in whatever text, whatever message you'd like to send. There's also a link to your website and also a link to your listings. In addition to that, here's the agent gallery. And as I mentioned a moment ago, it in the map identifies where your specific area is, and then the agents are promoted, on a rotating basis in this gallery. In addition to that, I'll show you here, there's also a featured listing gallery. Once again, they're mapped for convenience of the user. A person can click on the map and then click on the home, and it'll go to the detailed information on that home. So that's an overview of the website. So we'll go back here if I might. And now talk a little bit about the promotion. As I mentioned a moment ago, there's 511 opportunities for new buyers, 481 opportunities for listings that they don't know who to call. The Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin are going to be consistently promoting. Don't know who to call to sell your property? Find top agents at www.topagents.burnettbulletin.com. So the ads will be promoting traffic to the site for your connection, for promoting you as the person to call. Over the next year, there'll be $60,000 in promotion. There will be a minimum quarter page, full color, in every single issue of the Highlander and Burnett Bulletin. Also, Pulse Research will do the search optimization keywords for the Burnett Bulletin and the Highlander for this top agent website. And the benefit to you individually is being connected with this site that's associated with the local newspaper site will give you significantly higher search ranking. The good news is the program is only $395 per month, and that includes all of the print components and also the digital components. The value of the components is over $1,000 a month. Now it's limited to 20 agents or maximum of 2 per firm. Why? Because we want to make sure that those participating agents get great results from the program. So we want to focus the results, the traffic, and the benefit of the program. If you'd like some additional information on the program, Mr. Frank Schubert would be more than happy to assist you, and his number is 830-220-8551. And the winner of the full page ad this morning for joining the webinar is Monica Burton. So Monica Burton, congratulations. You are the winner of the full page color ad. That's both in the Highlander and the Burnett Bulletin. And remember, every one of you who attended the webinar this morning will get a free 2x4 full color ad in both papers. So on behalf of Pulse Research and the Highlander and Burnett Bulletin and Mr. Frank Schubert, I'd like to thank you very much for your time this morning and your consideration. If you'd like to participate in the program, remember it's limited to the first 20 agents. So give Frank a call. I want to thank you again very much and have a great day.